What's up, everybody? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. We're just here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Reunion Part 3. Before we get started, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell just in case you're not getting the notification, let you know when I've been over here talking to y'all. So, yeah, Part 3. I'm gonna say this. It was actually not a bad reunion. I didn't hate it. I just feel like 3 parts were unnecessary and we could have really done it in 2. I don't think 3 parts is necessary for most of them. I don't need all the fluff. And there was a lot of fluff going on, but we're going to get into this last reunion. We pick up with Stormy's ignorant ass mama still screaming at Mel. And Mel is over there saying, repeat what you said, repeat what you said. And she's like, I don't have to. It's like a wicked witch over there with her face all snarled up and her wig cocked all the way around to the side of her head. Betty said, I don't have to do anything you say. You're not my daughter. And Mel said, you be over there calling your daughter all kinds of bitches, so I don't want to be your daughter. And I was like, Stormy, get your mama. Because this isn't a good look. I feel like Betty has been living for this moment. It's really kind of embarrassing just, to have your mother out here hollering and screaming at this lady that she doesn't even know, talking about, I used to not like the way you move, but now I just don't like you. And Mel is like, I don't even know you and you don't know me not to like me. But if you don't, that's fine. Stormy, what were you saying? Like she kept trying to turn it over to Stormy, like, I'm trying not to cuss your mama out, Stormy. So please step in here at any moment in time. Stormy steps in finally and was like, look, I like you. Always have. And I was like, well, when did that happen? Because anyway, Stormy, she said the situation with the fans got out of hand. And, she applauds Mel for building the platform and how people in business, once you work really hard to build your platform, it's hard to have people try to tear it down. And I agree with that. Like, I don't know, like what kind of weirdos be out there calling up stores to not sell her products anymore. That's nuts. Calm down. Ain't none of it that serious. I feel like Stormy carries a lot of her mother's negative energy, and I've said it before, but maybe that's why she be clinging to crystals and sound bowls and things, because she got to find her inner peace from somewhere. So she be like halfway snarky and halfway like, I don't get this. I feel like, girl, y'all had this conversation a long time ago. Now you're over here talking about, look, I like you, but you did that right after your mother made a complete fool of herself. You shouldn't even brought her over here. At one point, too, Stormy was friends with Destiny and Tisha, so I can imagine what kind of things were being said, behind those closed doors. So now she's over here feeling some type of way because she can't stand Tisha. She see how she moved. They talked to Junior. I was hoping they was gonna say something to Junior because I'm like, he just sitting there for nothing. Junior is managing the restaurant now. He is no longer working with Stormy. He said he would rather put their relationship in front of that work shit. And I respect that. And although I'm sure she really wants Junior to be over there with her, that tension between his mother and her mother and all of that, it's probably easier for them to just be friends separately. At least it's not there. She don't want to be there. She's not coming there. And I can imagine that if Betty was my sister, I wouldn't come either. Because Betty came with the shits, and Lisa's not in trying to do none of that. We talked to the Fletchers. Apparently Nell didn't want to even really do the show when Carlos first approached her about it, and I'm sure it's because Nell had a lot of things going on. She said she was not trying to expose her personal life, and I feel like she had her son over there getting arrested and dealing with that situation. There was the tension between Chris and his daughter, and that's a lot. So she wasn't ready to put her personal life out there. Now that she's, at a different place, and I think has things a little less. I mean, if you got a child, first of all, that's used to getting what they want, because you have, I feel like a lot of parents that when you get to a certain financial status, you give your kids and give your kids and give your kids. And so these kids are somewhat spoiled, and that's by their own admission. Now he's getting into trouble. So as parents, you're stressed out because you're like, why, what? Why can't this boy get it together? We've given him everything that he's asked for, and now he's suffering from depression. So as a mother, you're gonna be, it's like being held hostage, I'm sure. You can't, like, you feel like if you say no, it's gonna send your kid into a place that you don't want them to have to deal with. So it's a catch-22. And respect to them for opening up that much. How much they open up with their kids are gonna be based on what their kids are willing to say. They're grown. He asked them about not being invited to the expo, and Nell said her issue with it was that Tisha told her that they were going to be apart, and then she didn't follow through, and she's like, I just want you to do what you say you're gonna do. And Tisha says something like, I saw Chris and I had planned on inviting Chris, and I was like, did you not plan on inviting Nell? Tisha says she wanted to just focus. At the time, I just had so much on my mind, and it just slipped my mind. I had really been focusing on the core six, and Chris is like, well, is Stormy part of the core six? Well, me and Stormy, we talked more, and we had a relationship. Now look at you. Ain't no relationship now. You could have just asked Mel, but I really think, Tisha knows what status Stormy carries in terms of popularity. And now that she didn't have Mel anymore, she needed somebody who was going to, bring some shine to her event. I will say this, Tisha, if you're having an event and you want to like keep screaming that you're doing it for the community, you should definitely have included some of the people that have businesses in the community. The core six, we see y'all all the time not doing nothing. Carlos asked Tisha why she felt comfortable asking the Fletchers about, infidelities in their marriage. She says she's always been very direct, and we all know that. And I'm like, we know you very delusional. I don't know how direct we thought you were, but delusion, yeah, that's the one we've been thinking about you, girl. I feel like it's so much focus on cheating. Carlos asked Nell, how did she find out Chris was cheating? And then he's like, did you find out from the other woman? And she's like, no, wasn't like that. Somebody told me. And they separated for 18 months and they figured it out. They have a whole family full of children. So, sometimes that happens. Sometimes people go ahead and get a divorce, and sometimes they work it out. But now that they have, said it and we've got all the details that we need, Carlos, don't ask these people about infidelities unless he has something new going on, at which point I'm assuming Nell is going to check out, because I would. We back to Houston. We want to know who was the woman that Martell brought into the house. We don't care who the woman was. Somebody willing to be embarrassed. We saw her on, film, although we don't know who she is. Somebody gonna be like, ain't that what you call it? Well, what you call it is over there. He don't know her name. She's a massage therapist that stuck into that house in the middle of the night. And I find this to be so immature, very immature. You're in a vacation home with friends. That's whack, but okay. Bring the girl over to massage you in your bed. He don't even know her name. I didn't check to see if she had a license. I'm not sure what his motive is. I'm like, did you do that to get under Mel's skin? Because I don't think she cares. And then Kimmy's like, Mel, didn't you get a massage too? And I'm like, Kimmy, you know darn well that's not the same thing. And then nobody cares that he got a massage. It's the whole way you sneaking somebody in the house in the middle of the night. And Maurice, what is you doing? Kimmy, why is Maurice outside tipping around looking and lurking? Was he helping? He told some long ass story about some girl climbing over a fence. Now, while he was over there, Martell was bringing people through the front door. Maurice was over here having somebody climb over the fence. That's what he said, allegedly. Because when you say Maurice, you have to say allegedly. Kimmy is like the whole time, like staring off into space, like with this stoic, like serious demeanor, while her husband is behind her giggling like the child he is. Martell got on this whole thing about Mel cheating. I'm not doing that anymore. Y'all can keep that. I don't want to hear no more discussion about their marriage. It's over. It's a wrap. We don't want it. Golly. Carlos keep going back to the children and the family. Blah, blah, blah. They don't like each other. Martell's a horrible person. Mel has moved on. Can we? People want to know why Chris allowed Martell to speak to his wife that way. And the people do want to know that, Chris. I just feel like Chris allows Martell to disrespect him. He's not a good friend to Chris. And he was over there staying squat all up in that house and interfering with your business. I would have had the house padlocked. That's what I would have done. I would have had the house padlocked with his stuff in it and then see who's in charge. He could go to stay with his baby mama or his own actual mama. But he would get the hell out of that house. He could pick his stuff over there at the storage space where Kiki was taking drug tests at. That's what I would have done. Martell thinks women shouldn't speak disrespectfully to men. He feels like it's overstepping boundaries. I would like to overstep my foot across his face when he says ignorant things like that. His thought process is like, you, child. It makes me wonder, like, what was Mel? Girl, what was happening for 14 years over there? He wasn't making you say, ooh, he's kind of pretty dumb. I mean, arm candy, I suppose. Y'all have these children together. I don't know what contribution he was making over there, for real. Like, once you sit up there and say that we see how dumb he is. That's a fact. We didn't need you to help us with that one. But you the one over there saying that you were faking it for 14 years, girl. So why? Was Tisha happy to see Kiki show up at the Houston? No, she was not. Nobody was. Kiki looked a fool. We don't know why she was there. She said she was there to apologize about the throwing water and to have some fun. I don't know who she came to have fun with. And Mel said, I told her not to come, that it would be a bad idea and that she should have that apology when the people get back. But Kiki wants to be on this show. And by hook or by crook, she's going to be there until she's not. But she won't be back. Seems like Carlos kicked her off. I'm just saying. That's what it appears like. Kiki did not care about Tisha's feelings. I feel like Kiki came to stir it up. She thinks she is the show. Tisha says she's done, and I don't blame Tisha. I would be done too. There's no reason to be putting yourself through all that unnecessary stress. Kiki is up to no good a lot. A lot. She's staying mess. She's always attached to some text message or Insta call or FaceTime or I don't know. She stay up in some mess. Tisha said the family keeps wanting them to talk and work it out. That has to be stressful because it seems like, they're a family that does big family things together where cousins and all that get together. And unfortunately, this riff is it's gonna affect the family, and Kiki don't know how to act. We've seen that. She doesn't like to be ignored, so it's not like you can go to the, Thanksgiving celebration and just be like, I ignore her ass. But because if you do that, she might sling a turkey across the room. We don't know when she gets triggered. Her and her husband over there cheating and things, and she has no business over here messing with what Tisha and Marcel got going on. Kiki got infidelity, she got Crime Stoppers, she got, I don't know, robbing the drug dealer. Like, there's a lot going on over there, Kiki. It seems like she's always into some mess. I'm not going to talk about Tisha and her pregnancy test. None of that made any sense to me. Overall, I feel like this was a decent reunion. Sorry about it, Kiki, but I don't think you'll be back. Stormy, get your mama. And I dug the Fletchers. I want to see like what's going on with the rest of that, y'all. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.